This is London with Bitcoin Spike and VIP Trader. We're going to dig into the details for the New York Open. Bitcoin first and foremost. Guys, in a bit of a consolidation pattern, sometimes these consolidations last. And remember, this is London, former hedge fund owner, private non-SEC, not financial advice. Sometimes these consolidations, they have been known to last for up to 30 days. This preceding one or longer. So as we look at the preceding zone here on the macro chart, looking at 37 days, we were happy to move after 37 days. You guys will agree. So this current interval, just to remind you, if we were to look at the current interval consolidation, you guys have that derivative gain analysis, those charts in the back where I've lined out for you how long these consolidations can and have lasted, okay? Looking at about a 2-week time period here, not bad. If we could get some nice action, and we've had some good action, though we are constricting. And so let's say if we could get some kind of a release here, if we could get some sort of a breakaway from a critical level or target, that's going to be the main ticket, guys. That's going to be the big ticket main attraction that we're going to be looking for. So about 2 weeks into post about 40 days, okay, we're about 2 weeks into the consolidation, and we're setting something that has been very tricky in the market. Pay attention. The flat bottom support, we're going to call that on the 8-hourly time frame. Looking at the daily, though, you've got it essentially trying to pick up on the daily. That 8-hourly will give it to you just a bit better. This is typically a bearish scenario. Just it is, guys. You see this when the buyers are waiting below to pick up on a preceding, and it happens all the time on Bitcoin. Now, with that said, buyers pushed up and over level of resistance. What is this? Yes, that's a bullish scenario where the buyers are retesting, bam, bam, boom, up and through. Natural level of retest. Check out New York Institute of Finance in terms of that level of resistance. You got it. You got it. We'll pay attention in 1 second to Tesla. I want to look at Tesla because it's a bull flag, not because it's an equity. You guys, I've told you, go talk to your broker about Tesla. I don't want to be in charge, and I'm not in charge of that decision, not financial advice. But we're going to look at the bull flag in just a second. So, complication on Bitcoin. What are we up and over, guys? We're long over 41K right now. We agree? I think we all agree we are long up and over 41K. Nice pattern dynamics. What do we have above? Just to get into the details here, what do we have above? We have a recoup into a target, which would be what, guys? Take a look at the specific descending wedge that broke to the downside to get us to our target, to our additional level. Did it feel good? If you carried down that short level to level, you got it right. Felt good, huh? Felt good. Now, some tricky guys, tricky waters we're in a little bit. I'm going to say this, you're starting to respect a little bit natural price levels, psychological pricing levels if you're in the back, more so than, let's say, even a technical parameter that can push you around. 20 moving average dailies definitely pushed around the traders. That 4-hourly lower standard deviation has been interesting to keep an eye on, hasn't it? As you look at the flex in price, you're noticing people got an opportunity to pick back up at 41K. You got it right. We're long, over, short, under. Bottom line, 41K. Let's get back into 42,000 and 42,000 and then reassess that long, over, short, under. We've talked about multiplicity of trades. We've talked about difficulties, challenges in terms of execution, everything from your skill set to your exchange, everything to your specific asset that you're trading on, and your lifestyle. I just say lifestyle, you may be zooming around a track in a race car all day long and be like, I only got 10 minutes to trade. Okay, well, or maybe you've got that down to where it's a major priority and you've got more time, interaction, ability to focus or otherwise in the market. So everything from skill set, you may have kiddos, family in for New Year's, guys, or whatever holiday we're celebrating. In terms of that, let's dig into from this pickup, which is a nice pickup for us. A nice pickup, long over, boom. We agree? It's nice, guys. Looking at these interval calculations, I am excited about. I will not be sorry that I told you guys this in terms of the additional framework for profit projections over or under right now. Looking at the framework of allowing us to enter in our trade amount, enter in our leverage. You guys got it right. In no way, you guys read that. I'm going to say this, reread that disclaimer Put it on your wall. If you watch us, we're going to send you a copy so you can put it on your wall. That's it, that disclaimer that we have in terms of leverage, everything else, guys. It's the equivalent of options. You know how those work. We're not going to delve too much further into that language right now. Looking at the specifics for Tesla. Yes, what did we need? We needed, and we have up and over the specific 253. Now, just looking at it technically, without getting into the details, what is it? We call this our optimist trade, okay? Looking at the squared away details here, up and over level of resistance, boom, okay? That's going to be the specific top level of the bull flag. Guys, it's not complicated. The difficulty is finding these patterns. Will it make money? You guys heard me. Yes. Do you want to make money on it? That's another question. All right. Is it going to be a distraction? Is it going to move quickly? Are we going to be able to get up and out of this specific issue here? Is going to be the biggest ticket item. It's not a deal killer. Possible difficulties, guys. Let's say impossible difficulties to recognize with the overall, let's just say, management structure of Tesla. Review Morgan Stanley. I'm going to point you to Morgan Stanley's reinforcement of their upside price target, and you guys deal with them. I know them locally here, the guys that run one of the most successful offices in the country here in California. So I will point you in their direction in terms of whether or not to buy or not. They said to go ahead and buy, reinforcing, okay, an overweight target on Tesla. I'll put you in touch with the guys. They're good guys. You'll get along with them. They may not be VIP as we would know it, but you'll enjoy dealing with them to the extent that you choose to. I don't get a affiliate commission or anything along those lines. So looking up and over, you're going to have a level to beat that is going to just be a bit of a challenge here, this leading expanding diagonal on breakout. With that said, nothing could have been trickier than the way that we were parked with the specifics at the close of Friday on Tesla. Taking a look at it, it was quite a challenge. Quite a challenge in terms of the up and over, guys, the down and under. That specific breakout patterning here and grinding across this breakout threshold here. That was a big deal. We agree? Yeah, so Tesla up 1.2%. Not a screaming day, but we're definitely clear of that 253 target area. That was my level, guys, my level to beat. So the fact that we have done it, let's get into the structure just a minute here in terms of like the, let's get into this. Just a nice smooth glide up. We agree? Wasn't the primary focus, is not the primary focus, and won't be the primary focus. It just won't be. I'm going to tell you guys, between Bitcoin and how well Bitcoin is doing, our primary trade focus will continue to be Bitcoin. That's just it. So we do want to look at and appreciate any bull flag that we see in the market like this. And to the extent that you've got an entry now, and this is the optimist trade, you guys know my speculation on this would be fantastic if Tesla were to be able to create a robot that could take over the management, the board of director, let's say the entire board of director would be fine, but definitely the chairman of Tesla. It might help settle things and stabilize things. So that's my speculative optimist. Optimus is a robot, so a speculative optimist trade here, looking for a value if they can create a robot that can manage the company. Hey, to the extent that that can add some stability to it, and it's actually feasible. Hey, let's go with that angle instead of some of the chaos we've seen lately. Life's not easy, especially when you're in the spotlight. So with that understood, we won't be too big of a critic. Let's take a look at also the shared componentry and dynamic here in terms of a specific, what we wanted to beat to the upside here. Let's look at this specific curvature and handle, right? Let's look at exactly where we're at. Let's look at this ascending triangle on the cusp of this breakout. Now, this is not easy to say. This is not an easy thing to just flat out say, but this, technically speaking, based upon the preceding, I'm on the record with this because I've looked at the technicals, I've back tested this across the equities, across crypto, across everything, guys, looking at the preceding number of months / years, etc. We would look at this preceding breakout as an opportunity, a golden opportunity if we can get it, to hammer into this level. It's the preceding specific level of resistance that I know we're heading to the upside now. I know it's taking off now. I'm going to view this as inconsistent technically with the market that I have seen, that I have back tested, that we have the empirical data on if we do not get a hit back at the 253. just about at that 253 mark, just under. So that's what I'm looking at. I not only want to see a Wild West pattern that's going to take off to the upside and scream. I'm impressed when the asset and the technicals align, and I see another opportunity, and I'm rewarded for having paid attention to all of these specific cuppage and handle patterns over the preceding number of months in testing on in through and having the empirical data a number of years. I'm going to be impressed when this conforms technically to a match perfect, guys, tire set that's ready to go around the track at 220 miles an hour. And I mean just highly precise, boom, right back into a breakout. So this would be the caution. If you were to be in this trade, there is an expectation for the traders who've been paying attention, okay, that this will be a level of reconfirmation, a potential rehit in this zone would be nice. Would this count as a level of reconfirmation on this overall bull flag, level of resistance? It definitely could, right? It could. We could get a deeper dig if we were to, guys, really reinforce that mechanism, but this would be enough to say, well, we could have this level covered. This is a rehit on, it is a technical rehit on that breakout dynamic scenario here. So understand that traders who've been paying attention, right, who've been paying attention and who have back tested this specific pattern formation that we have on breakout are loaded up here. Now, to the extent that the traders are ready to be burned, we have already seen quite a bit of inconsistency from this specified asset. So it's going to be, guys, and when I label it as speculative, outside our zone of comfort, that's why I'm literally telling you to go to your broker on it. Literally go to your broker. If your broker's Morgan Stanley, they're going to have just reinforced their specific buy rating last week, which has gotten you up and out of here. I'm just going to say technically what I've seen. I would even tell, and I will tell directly the guys, the governing structure here locally of Morgan Stanley, because I know the guys, I work out with them, etc. We go hit the weights, etc. I will tell them, yes, that's great that you made money on that. I prefer A, something that moves either more quickly, or B, something that is more technically consistent. And if I don't get a rehit here and I'm involved here, I am involved at a level that I understand I could capitulate back to this level clearly, but I have no problem in the world telling that group that and saying, yeah, I know it's just been quite unpredictable, quite, we say, controversial, right? And we find a lot of value in Bitcoin, right? We're able to trade Bitcoin quite well. We focus on Bitcoin due to the profit dynamics involved. There is no shame at all in saying that for Bitcoin and prioritizing Bitcoin up and above any controversial. It's just one of the best things that we don't realize. But as you look at this dynamic in terms of management boards, you can't get away from the corporate disparities across, not just differing opinions these days on equities. I mean, man, let the problem with crypto be some regulation. Let it be, but I mean, what's Bitcoin? It's pure, right? It's clean sailing in terms of focal fundamentals. There's no management structure. There's some surrounding social issues. We don't have a right and wrong, a right or left. We just don't have that. A lot of the, the issues that are attached to Bitcoin, are they really part of the fundamentals? I'll argue to the extent that they are part of the fundamentals, they're transitory. Okay, in terms of, well, making it cleaner, making it more efficient. I think that, the residual of the fundamentals are just something that we'd like to reinstill along with the volatility and price action. And my hope would be that the volatility would be something that would keep the major players somewhat at bay. Even though an ETF could come across the plate, I want to see the big traders, guys, the big guys that I deal with or that I know, etc. And guys, just on a personal, casual level, I bump into them all the time. So I want to see them a little bit frightened of and regarding Bitcoin as a little bit out of the equation. And I want to know and I want to execute in the background here as we trade. I want us to execute over and above at multiples of what they're actually achieving in the market. That's just me. I'm competitive. That's what I want to do. Bitcoin can accomplish that in fine fashion. Really can accomplish that in fine fashion. And you can still be the standout with Bitcoin. You don't have to rock and roll with all of these political firestorms, or social ethical issue firestorms that are being thrown up. And guys, it's a one-way ticket to a potential like black ball in the market. I'll just say that because the issues are so controversial. The issues are so, and you know that, guys, you're seeing that. It's not just well, the board of directors has a different opinion on it. These are isolating, near targeted issues that can get passed down as I were to not give financial advice, but look at equities. We don't have that in Bitcoin. We have a generic, near commodity level instrument to trade that is like so generic, so digital, and just so volatile, so capable of profits that it's just an awesome challenge. And I see it really as more of a challenge to look at the equities and say, yeah, I want us to be more involved in dealing with that controversial issue or that fight that has erupted on this stage. Like, we're not fighting in crypto. We're not like having big arguments with Bitcoin. Although it's categorized as being on the peripheral and on that, guys, that extremature in terms of who all is involved in it, we're not having fights. We're not causing big social issues. We're not causing that type of a just level of discord, right? So that is where I'm at with Bitcoin. That's me reinforcing you as we look at a consolidation period, as you look at the trade-off. It's a trade-off, guys, in terms of Tesla. Go run it by your broker. Say, I got a trade-off. You're going to say, what's that? An opportunity. It's a shorthand, what we use in VIP. Go tell your broker, look, we got a trade-off. We like Tesla up and over 253. You can say, you also like Tesla. Apparently, you think it's going way up and over 253. Do you think now is the all-in moment? Do you think it's the all-in moment right now? Yeah, I would ask your broker that. And again, I'm not giving you financial advice about the advice to get from your financial advisor, but I would couch it like that. Do you think that it's an all-in moment now? That's going to be my issue to give to them because I want to hear what they have to say, okay? Because that's going to be most likely how you're going to trade it, all right? Fact. Most of you will trade it as if this is it. Okay, so make sure that they know that you might have that propensity to trade. As we look at Bitcoin, it's volatile enough, guys, that we have really reinforced the fact that we can't be an all-in crew 24/7, 365 on Bitcoin. I'm going to say this on Tesla. Tesla's a little bit dangerous due to the fact, yes, it's a beautiful pattern, but what? What, guys? This preceding move left everybody stuck in the mud who didn't participate in it, right? So psychologically, literally right now, you're looking at something that's like everybody who missed that bottom. And around 110, we talked about, I brought in the back, everybody regretted it. Everybody who missed this specific move here regretted it. It was a beautiful move. We are in the regret mode. You know that. It's just the technicals have played out so dramatically to the upside on these patterns that you're just in a mode right now where it could turn into an all-in kind of mindset quickly, okay? So I want to prevent that to the extent that we can. Even within a directional move, understand an all-in framework and a pre-FOMO, almost like I don't want to have the feeling that I have missed out. Like you're still ahead of the curve here, but even just being overly, guys, you know this, being overly, let's just say aggressive in a directional move can cost. So be aware of the psychological dynamics that are involved in this and do run that by your broker in terms of, I think the La Jolla office would be happy to talk with you on a wealth management basis or otherwise if you'd like to contact those guys over in La Jolla, California. You got it. Good group over there. Good group. Palomar Group. Maybe give them a buzz. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Good guys, though. So in terms of that, this would be my hesitation. Overly aggressive, so ask them on the all-in or otherwise. And if anyone calls them and I have them ask me anything in the gym, I'm going to know something's going on. So in terms of that, let's dig back into a nice pattern framework here. Bottom line, you got what? Backup. You got what for your backup? You got backup for your backup. And then what do you got? You got backup for your backup for your backup. In terms of that, keep that equation in order. Looking at Bitcoin again, just reinforcing the specific dynamics here of a recoup into a failed wedge. We love it. Yep, we got there quick, didn't we? We really did. Preceding lateral pickup, definitely in play, okay? Preceding lateral pickup, definitely in play. We had a nice blackjack here, didn't we? Let's call it like we see it. Yeah, what do we got? Blackjack in the house. I mean, be cautious enough to where you don't rely on a blackjack pattern. What's a blackjack? Blackjack is easy as 1, 2, 3. You got to watch them. We call them blackjack for a reason. Guys, excited about the residual of the fourth quarter, however it comes down the pipe. In terms of a double bottom, what did we have? A double bottom, hit 1, hit 2. Then we had a single pass through, right? Why do we call this a blackjack? Because it can be a little bit risky, but that 21, that double bottom, that single pass through, you got it. And what are we looking at? The 21, guys, blackjack. What is the accompanying pattern here? You would only share this information with your friends. You agree? You really would only share this information with your friends if you consistently made money on this? You'd be like, I don't know about that guy. I don't know about that girl. Maybe I should tell them about blackjack or not. This is a good pattern. Bottom line, this is a good pattern. We like to trade these for a recoup, boom, up and over. Nobody's got the ins and outs on blackjack like we do. You know that? Nobody. Most people are looking for a recoup. We're looking for that accelerated move, bam, boom, up, back, through, and over. And along there with, what else are we looking for? We're looking for also, now I like this entry right here, up and over, no problem. Boom, up and over that specific 41K. Beautiful. Find the dynamic for breakout within the pattern structure that you're trading, because you got to be ready on this. I just tell you, you got to be ready on this right now for what? You have to be ready for the potential variable probability structuring to the downside. This got to a 38.2 level. You have to be ready for 786 for that full completion. This is a matter of scale, right? I'll say this is a matter of purpose. Boom. Okay? Wherein you're limited in terms of your capital deployment underneath due to a variable level of probability in line with the differential extensions. Let me get them back up on the board. Didn't need that. Let's get into this. In terms of those differentials that we would be looking at the specified targets, what I'm going to say is this is a matter of scale. It's a matter of scale and there's a dependent probability-based dependent function in terms of the scale that you would want to gain exposure in. You agree? Probability-based dependent-based scale function underneath as to each level picking up based on said probability, and thereby determining the scale of your specific pickup here, the scale of your involvement, your margin at that level. We agree? Whereas this is, instead of a scale-driven probability scale function underneath, this here right now, we're going to call this more of a purposeful just event, a flat over-under, a specified condition-based, pure condition-based that could, if executed properly, maintain or initiate, either initiate or maintain a stronger capital position than a scaled-in probability deterministic. I don't want to get too colluded here in terms of the vocabulary in play, but you do have a scaled probabilistic determination of your capital involvement at these levels due to the varying levels, due to, first of all, as multivariable, and also due to the specific probabilistic nature of those levels, okay? The fact there are 5 levels is a complication. The fact that there are probabilities which belong to the specified levels, and the fact that in the empirical data set, we only have probabilities for certain levels, okay? The 50 we like. What about the golden pocket? All right, we even have differentials in terms of the specified authorities technically, which are going to point us either to the 50% or the golden pocket. Now, that's a big discussion. There are answers to that discussion, but you can see the level of complexity there, whereas we're just going to ride the specific on-off switch. You got it, 41K on-off switch. Good thing is what? We had a possibility, okay, of a move, bam, to the upside based on the descending triangle, the 21, the blackjack double bottom single pass through. We concur. What else do we have? A little bit of a conformance in terms of, wasn't perfect, but a little bit of a conformance in terms of something that could become interesting on that trajectory to the upside. We agree, we sure do. Nice pattern formation for Bitcoin. So we'll continue to trade. We'll continue to hit the, hey guys, we got to knock the lights out. This is the fourth quarter, 256. I like you at 256. This is just going to be the question. If they're trapping you here to pop you down here on Tesla, don't Guys, don't let the hype get you. How much of a move are we looking at in terms of a potential reconfirmation here? We can get into the specifics. What I'm going to tell you is I want to see you guys win. All right, I want to see you guys win. I don't want to see trappy moves. Friday close out with a little bit trappy. If you got in here and you're in here, we caught this here. I'll just tell you that, guys. In terms of the technical dynamics, we just caught it. You're like 48 days and 32%. All right, you guys can find that on a slow Friday night in crypto. You can, unfortunately, you can find 32% on a strange Friday, a typical Friday night, any strange Friday night or otherwise, 32%. So to the extent that this has got your attention, we're going to call it the optimist trade. It's going to be nice to watch to that effect, and I like that speculative slant that we put on things because it could actually play out. They could actually, I'd be surprised if Tesla doesn't discuss that soon. At some point, can we actually create the robot to not only build our robots, but to actually run our company? That would be nice. I'd like to see that. A lot of people would be interested in that. It'd be very interesting, huh? Well, it'd be a nice challenge and could solve a few issues. So let's dig back into the details with Bitcoin. In the back, this is London with Bitcoin Spike and VIP Trader. We will be on it all week up and through, and this is the closing line I'll tell everybody in terms of VIP, in terms of guys who we are. This is going to be the mantra we're going to live by. Do not allow day trading to ruin your holidays. Okay, that's going to be my push forth here. Don't allow day trading to ruin your holidays. On the flip side, as we finish out a strong fourth quarter, do not allow the holidays to ruin your day trading. It's going to be a balance. We're going to keep focused on the fourth quarter. All right? So that is our mantra. Do not allow the specific holidays, guys, is going to be the tail end. I'll start with it. I can reinforce that. Do not allow the holidays to ruin your day trading. Don't miss the trade ops. You work way too hard throughout the residual of the year. You want to take a quick breather on New Year's, something else a little bit quickly after, all right. But finish up the year strong. That fourth quarter is going to close. It is. We'll run into some slow price action. I just want you to, and really it's a two-way street. Do not let guys day trading ruin your holidays. Don't do that to your family. Don't do that. We know better than that. But, and you can say this to them, don't let day trading ruin your holidays, but don't let the holidays ruin your day trading. And that's because I care about Q4 results. We got them. We're going to push them. We're going to dig into it. This is London with Bitcoin Spike and VIP Trader. Happy to be trading and happy to be with you guys. And we'll be looking forward to an awesome 2024. Take care. Great welcome to the start of the week. We'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.